Okay.
And
if it's
Blakely,
okay, I might
you look very bushy.
Thank you. I might actually mute people now if that's okay. Nothing personal. Ros, you can certainly unmute yourself. You'll sound a lot better once you do. And I think we're about ready to go, and the recording has started. Thank you very much. Welcome to the first Thursday Lunch Club 45782. And to kick it off, there was nothing better than doing a happy hour. I have to thank my wife for coming up with the idea. She says people need a bit of cheering up. So great to kick off with a happy hour, and who better than to do it for us than Ros Ben-Moshe. Ros, I think you're still stuck in Northern Queensland. Is that correct? By the way, you're still on mute. You're still on mute. Did I unmute you?
I'm not so much.
To unmute.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm not so much stuck. It's just that my family can't visit me.
But Ros is a positivity, resilience, and wellness coach. I think you're also an author. You're certainly director of Laugh Life, the wellbeing programs. And I highly recommend people go to your website because there is a laughlife.com.au. And you run sessions mainly for groups, but I believe also for individuals to help them with resilience. And no doubt you're going to give us some resilience tips through a bit of fun. So hand over to you, Ros. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ronnie, and to everyone at St Kilda Shule. It's lovely to see your faces, and if you aren't showing your faces, please, even if you're having a bad hair day, I'd love to see you. It makes it a lot more interesting. Yeah, thanks, Ronnie. So, as Ronnie mentioned, my specialty is actually around laughter. And does anybody know what a person who studies humour and laughter, what their title is? Anybody have any idea as to what I officially am?
Comedian?
No, I'd love to say I was, but no, I'm not funny enough to be a comedian. I am a gelotologist. So a gelotologist, gelos actually comes from the ancient Greek word gelos, which means to laugh. And I love researching about humour and laughter. And I've done some research with it when I was at La Trobe University in people receiving dialysis, in aged care, with some of my students at the time. And I've been in this area for probably around, I can't quite believe it, 2003. 18 years. Wow. So I'm a bit of a laughter pro. And one of the main areas that I am interested in is non-humor based laughter practices. So you might be wondering how that all works. It's like, well, we're used to laughing when there's something funny or when there's a comedian, but what's all this business about laughing when there's nothing particularly funny happening? So one of the main types of non-humor based laughter therapies is called laughter yoga. It's simulated laughter exercises together with deep breathing and clapping. In many regards, I've sort of come to a bit of a reframe about laughter yoga as being joyful breath work, because has anybody here been able to laugh without breathing? Nope. It's not possible. So the more you laugh, the more you breathe, the more you breathe, the more you can laugh. And the very attractive thing about working with a non-humor based laughter therapy such as laughter yoga is you don't have to wait for something funny to happen or to be feeling great in order to laugh. And the reality is that most of us go through challenges throughout our life. You know, it could be a matter of, it could be ill health. It could be a certain pandemic. It could be, personal situations. And it's during these challenging times that we laugh the least. And unfortunately for our bodies, that is a shame, because laughter is a very, very powerful way in which we can influence our body's chemistry. So when we laugh, we're actually stimulating a range of well-being hormones, giving us our daily dose. And when I refer to dose, I'm talking about dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. So this is the reality of the life that we're living at the moment, that many of us are not getting our daily dose of well-being. We're not having opportunities to interact in the way that we used to. We are much more sort of confined in our little boxes, and being masked up does not help in terms of, that sort of exchange of facial dynamics. Now, you might sort of be thinking, oh, but, it does sound a bit sort of frivolous. I don't want to just laugh off my problems. And it's not about that. It's not dismissing the challenging times in our life. It's actually using laughter as a strength. And we can look no further than patriarch Isaac. Yitzhak comes from laughter. Now, most of you would be familiar. Isaac didn't have like the most jolly of lives. He nearly lost his life, to sacrifice. His children tricked him, in terms of, to get the birthright. Yet he was named laughter, the equivalent of laughter. And I think there's no more potent message than that really suggests that laughter is a critical accompaniment throughout life, through the ups, through the downs. And how we can actually do that, there are several things we can do. There is some laughter yoga exercises that we're actually going to be doing today. But there are other ways in which we can sort of really tune up the laughter and tune up into that joy, and tune down the sort of the negativity and the fear. So it might be in terms of, minimizing our news. If it's not uplifting us, then perhaps, we need to modify it. It's about choosing wherever possible to spend time in real time or virtual time with people that uplift us, and not just, in text messaging, actually being able to see people's faces. And what that does is that actually stimulates mirror neurons. They're these special magical brain cells we have that when I, for example, are smiling at you, even if you're not smiling back at me, at some level, your brain is firing these mirror neurons. And if you were to smile back at me, then you're giving me a hit of these mirror neurons. It's one of the reasons why laughter is so contagious. Now, evidence, and that's something that I have been, looking into, taking laughter rather seriously, suggests that in terms of our positive well-being and also our physical well-being, 10 minutes of laughter a day is a great amount to give you a daily dose. Now, has anybody here recently laughed for 10 minutes in a day? I'm curious. You can unmute, you can tell me.
Well, Ros, we actually do, Paul and I join a service every morning. It's supposed to be a religious service. We spend about 10 minutes a day laughing, though. So that's because we've read on the bottle the recommended daily.
Fantastic. Well, let me tell you that you are an anomaly. If I was to do a survey and ask you how many times a day an average adult laughs, okay, how many times a day do you think an average adult would laugh? It's a hard question. How many times a day on average would you laugh if you didn't have, or just doesn't, well, I can tell that you obviously laugh more, Ronnie and Paul, but do most people here get 10 laughs a day, 20 laughs a day? So children, as you know, they laugh all the time. They laugh when they, have a little accident. They laugh when someone farts. They laugh hundreds of times a day. evidence has suggested that adults laugh between 10 to 12 times a day. Now, it's a question that I have asked several audiences over several years, and I can guarantee you, I think that that research does not speak for everyone, okay? So anyone hazard a guess as to why you think children laugh so much and adults not so much? Please unmute and join the conversation. Any ideas? There's no right or wrong.
I'm guessing that they don't have the cares and worries of the world. That they're not experiencing that. They don't. That everything's provided for them, so they have no concerns about life at the moment. They're only experiencing what they're experiencing at that moment.
Yep, that's one.
I was going to say the same thing. They don't have the worries. They don't have the concerns. They just live each day, and yeah.
And I think that both of you have suggested one of the most popular responses to that question. And whilst there is absolute merit in what you say, children still do have stresses. They just don't have adult stresses. You know, it's like someone didn't share their play lunch with me sort of stresses, or, you know, God forbid, some children aren't as fortunate as many of our children have been. And really, you know, I've compiled, you know, over the years, lots of responses to this question. And it really comes down to something quite basic. Children laugh from the heart. They don't think about it. They just laugh from the heart. Whereas adults, we laugh from the head. We start to think, is it appropriate for me to laugh? What are people going to think of me? I'm in a serious job now. And it becomes such an intellectual construct that it's something I noticed when I lived in the UK for a year, that something funny would happen and the response would be, oh, that's so funny. And I'm thinking, well, if it's so funny, where's the laughter? You know, it becomes such a head sort of thing. So with your permission, I could talk to you for a very long time about laughter and what it does and how it works, but I would love for you to be able to actually feel the difference that laughter makes. So in the short period of time that we have left, I would like to give you about a 10-minute dose of laughter, okay? So this is a body-mind practice. It's not a mind-body practice. I'm not going to start, you know, get up and tell jokes because they'd likely fall flat. We are going to work with intentional laughter. We are going to laugh for the health of it. And your sensibilities are probably thinking, hold on a second, how does this work? It's going to be silly or it's going to be fake. And you are quite right that it might challenge us because we have been conditioned to laugh when something's funny, not to laugh for the health of it. But if you can just reassure your brain by letting it know that your body cannot think, your body can only feel. And when it's feeling laughter, it's sending all the signals to the brain to release those happy hormones, okay? So we're all in this together. And I would very much like to encourage you to unmute, put your cameras on, stand up if you would like to, and let's have a short experience of some intentional laughter. Okay, are we ready? I'm going to stand up because I've been sitting around too much. And fantastic. Oh, just move this. So a critical part of laughter is breathing. Now, you've been breathing your whole life. You're probably thinking, why am I even going to, you know, have any discussion about breathing? But many of us don't breathe well, or we don't necessarily breathe as efficiently as we can. So I'd like you to place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Take a nice deep breath in and then out, either nose, mouth, I don't care, and notice which hand moves more, the hand on your chest or the hand on your belly. So let's breathe in and out. And once more in and out. Okay. Whose hand on their chest moved more? You can sing out. Okay. So your hand on your belly, most people's hand on their belly.
On my belly.
Belly, and a couple of on your chest. So it's very common to breathe from your chest. And that is more associated with when we're stressed, when we are sedentary, so sitting around a lot, or but when we actually stand up and when we sort of tend to more deeply focus, we can actually direct our breath more into our belly and get more of a deeper abdominal breath work happening. Okay, so with that in mind, just placing your both hands actually now on your belly and see if you can engage those abdominal muscles. When you breathe in, your belly will actually pop out. Okay, and when you breathe out, it will go back in. So breathing in, your belly pops out, and breathing back out, it goes back in. It's kind of counterintuitive, isn't it? Anyway, so the deeper you're breathing, the more optimal your oxygen exchange. The same follows with laughter. We all have different laughs for different occasions, okay? So let's just sort of experiment with how laughter feels in different parts of our body. So if we place one hand gently around our throat and just let's engage eye contact. Thanks, Paul. I noticed that. Engage with one another. If you're not on gallery view, please go to gallery view. See if you can feel the laughter vibration in your throat with just a gentle sort of a giggle. Fantastic. We're going to deepen this laugh into our chest with a ha. Okay, so just taking a deep breath in, and then we're going to ha 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 ha. See if you can feel it in your chest. Fantastic, fantastic. If you haven't unmuted, please unmute. And would like you to deepen your breathing into your belly. See if you can really feel the laughter in your belly. And because we're a Jewish audience, I won't talk about Father Christmas, but anyway, we're going to ho, ho, ho. Okay, a Jewish ho, ho,
It's
ho.
like a Zeta laughing.
A Zeta laugh. Let's do the, thank you, Paul. Let's do the Zeta laugh and see if you can feel that Zeta laugh in your belly. Okay, all the sons laugh. Fantastic. And just before we go any further, make a mental note of how you are feeling now. Perhaps you'd like to put a number on it between 1 and 10, where 1 is really not great at all, feeling a bit flat, feeling tired. 10 is amazing, uplifted, joyous, okay? Or it could be even your physical body temperature, if you're feeling cold or hot, and we'll check back in the next 10 minutes. So let us again, let's just take a nice deep breath in, and this time we're going to laugh it out, okay? So breathing in, and I'm going to raise my arms up. You are welcome to follow, and then I'm going to be ha-ha-ha, pushing that stale air out, okay? So breathing in and laughing it out. Breathing in and laughing it out. Once more, breathing in.
Sorry?
And laughing it out. This time we try. Fantastic. Okay, so how it's going to work is I'm going to demonstrate a laugh. We're all going to do it, and then we're going to do some form of replenishing breath work before we go on to the next laugh. And sometimes, you know, just in our daily lives, we just need a little bit of a nudge. So we're going to start just with a smile string, just this little smile string, just with seeing if we get our smile working. So just get out your smile string and just tug at the corners of your mouth gently and get that smile working, because smiling is really important to laughter. So just a little bit wider. Oh, fantastic. So wide you can feel your cheek muscles. Fantastic. And on that sort of string concept, one of the things that really always gets in the way of laughter is stress. And we tend to, you know, hold a lot of that in our body. And one way to get rid of it is actually through this incredible thing called, it's getting into good habits. So just like you would brush your teeth, or just like you would, floss your teeth, we're going to do some mental floss. So if we just grab a piece of mental floss and we're just going to be just getting some laughter to get rid of some of those negativity and negative thoughts that reside in our body. Really give it Fantastic. And just flick it aside, okay? And taking a deep breath in. And this time just breathing it out. Actually, breathing in and sighing it out. Once more in and sighing it out. Fantastic.
Ros, that's more exercise I've done than in 20 months.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Laughter is a joyful activity. It's definitely gets the endorphins going, the blood flowing, heart rate, lymphatic system, which is a manual pump. Laughter actually stimulates that. So it's that's great to hear, Ronnie. Now the other thing that we may have sort of been, suffering from is just like that lack of mental clarity. And brain gym exercises are a fabulous activity. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with brain gym activities, but these are activities that help stimulate both hemispheres of the brain. And actually, when we're laughing, we're very much anchored into that present moment. And MRI scans have shown that both hemispheres of the brain light up when we are laughing. But we can actually do a little bit more than that. We can actually do some brain gym exercises and we can add laughter to that. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to be rubbing our belly, okay? Rubbing our belly with one hand in one direction and patting our head, okay, with the other at the same time, okay? But we're going to be adding laughter. So if we just gently start. And again, swap.
You realise this is harder for men because we can only do one thing at a time. Breathing is enough.
Well, I tell you, I must have extra male genes. I find it very hard myself. And here's another one, which is you're going to be grabbing your ear with one hand and your nose with the other, okay? So it's the same principle. We're going to be switching, okay? So just starting whichever ear and whichever nose you like. Let's go. And switch. 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 And breathing in and giggling it out. And breathing in and giggling it out. Brilliant, brilliant. Another thing we can do is really turn the laughter on. It's like just as much as we can turn, those feelings of, just annoyance and whatever on, we can actually unzip our laughter. And there's no better way to do this than actually pretend that our mouth has a zip. And when we unzip it, we're unzipping our laughter. So if you just follow me, okay, and we're going to unzip the laughter. Okay, you ready? Let's go. Fantastic. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and out. Once more in and a big sigh out. And I don't know if you've seen the news. I'm not against all news, but there was a lovely positive news story this week about the discovery of a 15-year-old vineyard in Israel being uncovered. So I thought it would be very appropriate if we did a L'chaim laugh. So if we can all fill our glasses with some of the most potent laughter wine that this vineyard has produced. Okay, we're going to, if you just sort of copy me, we're going to fill up our glasses and then we're going to be drinking it. Okay, one glass and then we're going to fill up another and we're going to share this l'chaim with everyone. So let's do a l'chaim to the oldest vineyard in the world. Pour up our glasses and drink it. L'chaim, fantastic. And we're going to be doing now, we're going to fill it up the other glass. Okay, so let's fill it up. Let's really feel like a kiddish glass and fantastic. And this time we're a little bit shicker. We don't really need any more, but perhaps we think that we can share this beautiful laughter wine and l'chaim with everyone. So rather than drinking it ourselves, we're going to be throwing it and sharing this laughter to all you wonderful people. Okay, so filling up glass extra full and then throwing it out. Fantastic. And we are coated with this magical wine. Okay, breathing in and out. And once more in and out. And then in and out. I am aware of time, but we're going to get a quick dose of some really serious laughter exercises. People do fitness interval training where they run, you know, for a moment and then they let their heart rest. We're going to do some laughter intervals, making it quite short, literally just 10 seconds of laughter, 10 seconds of breathing, upping it to 20 seconds of laughter and 20 seconds of breathing. So 30 seconds of laughter, it's not even half a minute. I'm going to put my stopwatch on and if you can see that. So again, before we start, please take a deep breath in and we are going to laugh for 10 seconds, then 10 seconds of breathing to recover. Okay, you ready? Nice deep breath in. Laugh. And just breathing. And again, breathing once more. And this time we're going to be doing 20 seconds of laughter, okay? So you ready? Wait there, guys, you can do it. Fantastic. And just some nice deep breaths in and out. Once more in, out, and another last in and out. I hope it's okay if we finish with 2 more laughs, Ronnie. I know we're going to potentially go a little bit over time, but gratitude is such a fundamental part of Judaism. I thought that it was so appropriate that we include a gratitude laugh. And first we need to have gratitude for ourselves. Okay, so we're going to be placing our hands on our heart, just a lovely, gentle, just a laugh, you know, in gratitude for ourselves, all we are, and, you know, all, you know, everything that we do. Then we're going to be sharing that gratitude with each other for all your wonderful selves. And then we're going to be sending ripples of gratitude out into the broader world, because boy, can the world do a little bit of the with some laughter gratitude. So just again, just a gentle, just you'll be able to feel it sort of in your heart space, a gentle gratitude for yourself. Beautiful. And now gratitude for all of the people on the Zoom chat. Sharing this beautiful gratitude. And now out into the broader world, let's send out these ripples of laughter gratitude. Fantastic. And the very final laugh is going to make us more immune to stress, It's going to be applying ourselves with laughter lotion. Okay, so if we dig into our tub of imaginary laughter lotion, dig deep, and we are going to coat ourselves in laughter lotion everywhere, okay? And on that note, I'd just like to, say, thank you so much. Just wondering, in that short space of time, is anybody feeling any differently? I'd love to hear.
I feel a bit lightheaded.
That's probably the breathing as well. Anyone else feeling any differently?
Feel a bit lighter and opened up a bit more.
Yes. Excellent. That's, I mean, listen, that was a very, very short, laughter burst. But, the aim is really just to show that you can switch on your laughter. You can choose joy. You can choose to wake up and place a smile on your face, even if it's the last thing in the world you feel like doing, because that actually changes our biochemistry. And laughing out loud for the health of it, as opposed to laughing on the inside, will do a lot to, just to promote your overall well-being. And it's a beautiful gift to share with whomever you are with as well. So thank you so much to you all. I wish you well and a belated Shana Tova. And any questions, comments? I know we've run out of time, but anybody like to ask a question or comment or anything?
Well, I can see you've got a clap from Michelle, and you had lots of clap from Sue as well. Lots of laughter from lots of people. Ros, that was amazing. I'm not quite sure how to wash this stuff off now. You didn't give us this
It should last for at least a day or so.
Well, I'll Google it to see how I wash it off.
It just makes us
on behalf of everyone here, sorry.
No, I'm just going to say it just makes us more, that it just creates that sort of barrier to stress.
Yeah, it's very good. And I really like those exercises, particularly ones where you feel your stomach going out. I feel that 24/7, by the way. But I wanted to thank you very much on behalf of the people here and those who may watch it subsequently on YouTube, but it has been a big success. I can tell you now, it certainly lightens. I can see some people smiling who are more now than they were before, although they may not have said that they feel different, but I can see them smiling more. I've got a screenshot to prove it. So, Ros, on behalf of everyone here, thank you very, very much. That was a great start for 5782. And hopefully we can take that message for the rest of the year, that we can wake up with a positive attitude, which is the way you said before. You can choose to be positive or negative. And I suppose you're quite right, Ros. I think we have to pick and choose what we read on the news, because a lot of it can be depressing. So.
And the final thing is just, don't leave laughter to chance. It's too important. That's
agreed. I've typed into the chat how people can contact you, and I assume, Ros, that people can contact you. I know you do this for a living, but you are able to assist businesses as well as individuals in resilience training, particularly through laughter. So people can contact you through laughlife.com.au.
Sure. I also just should mention, just because I actually happen to have a copy, not that I usually do, but I'm about to give it to someone, that I have my book as well that I wrote, which is part memoir, part healing guide, in case you think it may benefit someone, called Laughing at Cancer, How to Heal with Love, Laughter and Mindfulness. And the reason for my being in far north Queensland is I'm working on my next book about laughter's effect on body, mind and soul. So watch this.
Wow. Looking forward to it. So thank you very much. Thank you to all of you for joining as well.
Thank you so much.
2 weeks' time, we have our next one, again on Zoom. It's going to be an interview with someone who's on the front cover of last week's Jewish News. That's Eddie Lichtig, who, by the way, is our shofar blower in the Adele Southwick Centre services. Eddie has been helping Afghan migrants to escape from the Taliban hold in Afghanistan. You would have read it, the front page of the Jewish News may have read it. So he'll be live in an interview with us in 2 weeks' time. And then after 2 weeks after that, hoping to be live face-to-face. Ros, you don't have lockdown where you are. We still do for a bit longer. It's been a long haul.
I know.
But we're certainly looking forward to getting out. Get vaxxed. If you don't know, Kilda Shule will be running a pop-up vaccination clinic in 2 weeks' time, in a week, just over a week's time, Monday week. We'll be running a pop-up vaccination clinic for either Pfizer or AstraZeneca. You can get your first or second shot there. And if you don't, I'll come and shoot you myself. So thank you very much. May all your news be good news. Thanks for joining us today. God bless.
Thank you. Very good.
Thank you.
For organising.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay healthy, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Paul.